If you hold a plank every day, the first thing that changes is not your abs, but your awareness of position. A plank teaches you whether your ribs, pelvis, shoulders, and breathing can cooperate under light tension. For a beginner, that makes the plank less of a contest and more of a posture lesson you can feel immediately. The safest version to learn first is the forearm plank, with your elbows under your shoulders and your fists relaxed. Press the floor away, widen the upper back slightly, and imagine the crown of your head reaching forward. Now squeeze your glutes just enough to keep your hips level instead of sagging toward the floor. Pull your front ribs gently in. Brace your stomach as if you are preparing for a soft poke and keep breathing. When those pieces line up, you create a straight path from shoulders to hips to heels, and the exercise suddenly feels organized. That is why a short, clean plank often feels harder than a long, messy one. If you practice that every day, you usually notice better body awareness within the first week. You become quicker at spotting when your low back is arching or when your hips are drifting too high. You may also feel your shoulders and deep trunk muscles working together more smoothly during other exercises. What usually does not happen is a magical transformation from one daily plank by itself. A plank will not melt body fat from your stomach, and it will not replace walking, strength work, sleep, and food habits. Its real value is building tension control, breathing control, and the habit of stopping before form falls apart. Think of it as a small daily rehearsal for better movement quality. The second change many beginners notice is improved endurance in the muscles that resist collapse. Your abdominals, glutes, chest, shoulders, and even your legs learn to share the load for a short period. That can make push-ups, carries, and simple daily tasks feel more stable over time. But the benefit depends on dose, because too much daily planking can turn good practice into irritated shoulders or a stiff lower back. For most beginners, 10 to 20 seconds of excellent form is a better start than 60 seconds of survival. You can do 2 to 4 rounds, rest between them, and end while you still own the position. When you hold on past the point where your hips drop, you are no longer training the plank you wanted to learn. You are just practicing compensation, and daily compensation is not the adaptation most people want. A simple progression is to add 5 seconds only after every round looks calm, steady, and repeatable. Another progression is to keep the same time and make the body position cleaner by reaching long through the heels and head. If the full forearm plank is too hard, move to a plank from the knees and keep the straight line from shoulders to knees. That version still teaches bracing, breathing, and shoulder placement without asking for more load than you can organize. A useful daily pattern is 3 holds of 15 seconds on days 1 through 7. In week 2, you might move to 3 holds of 20 seconds, or keep 15 seconds and make each rep cleaner. Small improvements in shape are progress, even when the clock does not change. One smart check is whether you can quietly count 3 slow breaths without your hips moving. If the count speeds up or the hips start wobbling, the set is over for that day. You can also film one side view and look for a straight line from ear to shoulder to hip to heel. That quick check makes daily planking more objective and keeps progress tied to shape, not pride. On recovery days, one easy hold can be enough practice instead of turning every session into a test. Watch for warning signs like pinching in the shoulder, pressure in the lower back, numbness, or shaking that never settles. Those signs mean stop, reset, or choose an easier variation instead of forcing another hold. If you feel only normal muscle effort and you can keep breathing, the plank is probably in the right training zone. So what happens when you hold a plank every day? Done well, you build awareness, tension control, and beginner-friendly endurance, but only if your form stays clean and the dose stays modest. Practice the position, not your ego, and let quality decide when you are ready for more. Even 20 good seconds repeated often can teach your body more than one dramatic shaky minute. Stop if you feel sharp pain, and ask a qualified professional for personal medical advice.